You have been pouring your energy into everything except yourself. You have been thinking about what they said, what they meant, why they changed, why they left, why they did not choose you, why they did not understand you, why life has taken so long to feel peaceful again. And somewhere along the way, without even noticing, you became tired in your soul. Not because you are weak, not because you cannot handle life, but because your energy has been living in too many places that do not give love back to you. Today, something begins to change. Not because you need to fight harder, not because you need to prove more, not because you need to chase someone, fix everything, or make life finally listen to you. Today, the change begins because you remember where your energy belongs. It belongs inside you. It belongs in your heart, your peace, your body, your dreams, your healing, your own beautiful life. The moment you put your energy back into yourself, better things begin to find you because you are no longer running away from your own light. There comes a moment when the soul becomes tired of reaching for what keeps moving away. It becomes tired of explaining itself to people who have already chosen not to understand. It becomes tired of holding old pain like it is still happening. It becomes tired of waking up with the same worry and sleeping with the same question. And that moment, although it may feel heavy, is actually sacred. It is the moment your inner self whispers, "Come back to me. Come back to your peace. Come back to your own life." You may have spent so much time trying to be loved by others that you forgot to love the one person who has been with you through everything. You. You may have spent so much energy trying to make someone see your worth that you forgot your worth was never waiting for their approval. You may have tried to hold things together that were quietly breaking you. You may have tried to keep doors open that life was gently closing for your protection. But now you are being asked to stop giving your whole heart to places where your heart is not being held with care. This is not about becoming cold. This is not about closing your heart. This is not about turning away from love. It is about returning to the source of love within yourself. It is about understanding that your energy is precious. Your attention is precious. Your peace is precious. Your time is precious. You were not placed in this life to spend all of yourself trying to earn crumbs of care. You were placed here to grow, to heal, to feel joy, to live with an open heart, and to become fully at home inside yourself. So let this truth meet you right now. You do not need to keep giving energy to what drains you. You do not need to keep feeding the thought that hurts you. You do not need to keep replaying the conversation that made you feel small. You do not need to keep checking on the people who made you feel forgotten. You do not need to keep asking why something did not stay. Sometimes life does not answer with words. Sometimes life answers by removing what was slowly taking you away from yourself. And yes, at first, it can feel strange to stop pouring your energy outward. When you have spent a long time worrying, chasing, proving, and overgiving, peace can feel unfamiliar. Stillness can feel empty. Rest can feel like you are doing something wrong. Choosing yourself can bring guilt to the surface. But guilt does not always mean you are wrong. Sometimes guilt simply means you are breaking an old pattern. Sometimes guilt means you are no longer abandoning yourself in the way you were taught to. There is a softer way to live. There is a way to love without losing yourself. There is a way to care without carrying everything. There is a way to be kind without becoming empty. There is a way to be open without allowing every person and every problem to take from your spirit. This softer way begins with one decision. I am putting my energy back into myself. I am coming home to my own heart. I am no longer available for the kind of life that keeps pulling me away from peace. Feel those words gently. Do not force them. Let them enter slowly. I am putting my energy back into myself. These words are not selfish. They are healing. They are not a wall. They are a doorway. They are not a rejection of others. They are a return to yourself. Because when your energy is scattered everywhere, life feels confusing. But when your energy comes back home, you begin to see clearly again. You begin to feel your own needs again. You begin to hear your inner voice again. Maybe you have been waiting for someone else to choose you so you could finally feel chosen. But what if the deeper healing begins when you choose yourself first? Maybe you have been waiting for life to send you better things before you feel better inside. But what if better things start moving toward you, and you stop standing in the energy of lack and start standing in the energy of self-respect? Maybe the door you are waiting for does not open while you are begging at the wrong one. Maybe it opens when you turn back toward your own life. There is a quiet power in withdrawal, not withdrawal from life, but withdrawal from what weakens you. There is power in taking your thoughts back from the person who does not value them. There is power in taking your emotions back from the situation that keeps confusing you. There is power in taking your time back from habits that leave you empty. There is power in taking your love back from places where it is not received with care. When you bring your energy back into yourself, you become full again. A full heart does not chase. A full heart does not beg. A full heart does not panic when something leaves. A full heart knows that life is wide, generous, and always moving. A full heart can say, I wanted this, but I will not lose myself for it. A full heart can love deeply and still choose peace. A full heart can trust that what is meant for it does not require self-abandonment. And this is the energy that begins to change everything. When you stop giving yourself away, your life begins to breathe. The tightness in your chest slowly softens. The racing thoughts begin to settle. The need to check, chase, and control begins to lose its strength. You begin to notice small things again, the quiet of the morning, the comfort of your own room, the strength in your body, the wisdom in your heart, the little signs that life has not forgotten you. These things were always there, but your energy was too far away to feel them. You may think better things are far away, but many times better things are waiting for you to become available to them. They cannot enter a life where all the space is filled with old pain. They cannot enter a heart that is still holding tight to what rejects it. They cannot enter a mind that keeps repeating, "Nothing good comes to me." Better things begin to find you when you create room for them, and you create room by returning to yourself. This is why letting go is not a loss. Letting go is space. Letting go is breath. Letting go is the soul opening a window. Letting go is not saying, "I never cared." It is saying, "I care about my peace too." It is saying, "I care about the life that is still waiting for me." It is saying, "I care about the person I am becoming." And sometimes the most loving thing you can do is stop feeding what keeps you tired. There is a version of you that is calmer than this. There is a version of you that does not wake up with fear in the body. There is a version of you that does not measure worth by who stayed, who called, who noticed, or who approved. There is a version of you that feels deeply loved by life itself. That version is not far away. That version begins to rise when your energy stops leaking into what cannot nourish you. That version begins to speak when you become quiet enough to listen. So today, let the old reaching begin to soften. Let the old need to prove begin to fade. Let the old habit of carrying everyone's feelings begin to rest. You do not have to hold the whole world in your chest. You do not have to be the answer for every person. You do not have to turn yourself into a bridge for people who only cross over you and never meet you with love. You are allowed to come back to yourself. Say gently inside your heart, "I call my energy back from every place it has been scattered. I call my peace back from every memory that has held it. I call my love back from every person who could not receive it. I call my power back from every fear that made me forget who I am. I am here now. I belong to myself now. My energy is coming home." Let that be the beginning, not a loud beginning, not a forced beginning, a soft beginning, the kind that happens inside the heart before the outside world changes, the kind that starts with a small but sacred decision. I will no longer abandon myself to be accepted. I will no longer shrink to be loved. I will no longer chase what makes me feel empty. I will place my energy where life can grow. I will place my energy back into myself. Your energy is not only the strength in your body. It is not only whether you feel awake or tired. Your energy is your attention. It is your emotion. It is your time. It is the way your mind keeps returning to a thought. It is the way your heart opens or closes around a person. It is the way your body feels after a conversation. It is the way your spirit feels after giving too much and receiving too little. Your energy is the invisible life inside you, and it is sacred. Because your energy is sacred, you must begin to notice where it goes. Not with judgment, not with anger, just with honesty. Where does your mind travel when you first wake up? Does it go to worry? Does it go to a person who has not been kind to you? Does it go to a problem you cannot solve in that moment? Does it go to fear about what might happen? And at night, when your body wants rest, where does your heart go? Does it go back to the past? Does it go back to regret? Does it go back to the people who left you feeling unseen? This noticing is not meant to make you blame yourself. It is meant to wake you up gently. Because wherever your attention goes, your energy follows. If your attention keeps returning to pain, pain keeps receiving your life force. If your attention keeps returning to fear, fear grows louder. If your attention keeps returning to people who do not choose you, your own heart begins to feel unchosen. But when your attention returns to peace, healing begins to grow. When your attention returns to love, your body softens. When your attention returns to your own life, better things begin to have a place to land. Think of your energy like a beautiful garden. Every thought is a seed. Every emotion is water. Every repeated belief is sunlight. If you keep watering the painful story, that story grows stronger. If you keep giving sunlight to worry, worry spreads through the garden. If you keep planting criticism, the garden becomes heavy. But the garden is still yours. The soil is still alive. You can begin planting something new. You can begin watering peace. You can begin giving sunlight to hope. Many people lose their energy because they do not know they are giving it away. They think they are only thinking. They think they are only remembering. They think they are only caring. But caring without peace becomes carrying. Remembering without healing becomes suffering. Thinking without love becomes a prison. You were never meant to live trapped inside the same heavy thought. Your mind was meant to be a place where wisdom can rise. Your heart was meant to be a place where love can rest. Your body was meant to be a place where life can move freely. Your energy is sacred because it is connected to your power to create. When you are calm, you make different choices. When you are rested, you hear your inner guidance more clearly. When you feel worthy, you stop accepting what breaks you. When you feel loved from within, you no longer need to beg for love from outside. This is why protecting your energy is not a small thing. It changes the way you live. It changes the way you choose. It changes what you allow and what you release. There are people who may not understand your new peace. They may be used to having access to all of you. They may be used to your quick reply, your constant support, your endless forgiveness, your open door, your soft heart that always says yes even when it is tired. When you begin to put your energy back into yourself, some people may feel the shift. But you do not need to feel guilty for becoming healthier. You do not need to apologize for needing rest. You do not need to explain why your peace matters. You can love people and still have limits. You can forgive people and still stop giving them your attention. You can care about someone and still not allow them to live rent-free inside your mind. You can wish someone well and still choose distance. This is maturity. This is self-respect. This is spiritual wisdom. Love without boundaries becomes exhaustion. Compassion without self-care becomes emptiness. Giving without receiving becomes imbalance. And life is always calling you back into balance. Your energy is sacred, so ask yourself gently, what makes me feel full? What makes me feel peaceful? What makes me feel close to myself? What brings warmth into my body? What thoughts help me breathe easier? What people make me feel safe to be myself? What choices make my spirit feel clean? These are not small questions. These are the questions that guide you home. You may have been trained to ask, what do they need from me? What will they think of me? How can I keep them happy? How can I avoid disappointing them? But now a new question begins to rise. What do I need from myself? This question, is not selfish. It is honest. It brings your energy inward. It reminds you that your life is also asking for your care. Your heart is also asking for your attention. Your dreams are also asking for your devotion. When your energy is always outside of you, you become a stranger to yourself. You may know what everyone else needs, but not what you need. You may understand everyone else's mood, but not your own sadness. You may help everyone else feel better, while your own body quietly begs for rest. This is why coming back to yourself is a holy act. It is the moment you stop leaving your own inner home empty. Imagine walking into a house where every light has been left on for someone else, but no light is shining for you. This is what happens when your energy is always going outward. Now imagine returning to that house and slowly lighting each room for yourself. The room of your peace, the room of your health, the room of your joy, the room of your dreams, the room of your self-love. Little by little, your inner home becomes warm again. You begin to feel safe inside your own life. This is what happens when you say, my energy matters, my peace matters, my healing matters, my future matters, my heart matters. You are not taking anything away from the world by caring for yourself. You are becoming more whole, and a whole person brings better energy into everything they touch. When you are full, your love becomes cleaner. Your giving becomes joyful. Your words become softer. Your presence becomes stronger. You no longer give from fear. You give from overflow. There is a difference between giving from overflow and giving from emptiness. Giving from emptiness says, maybe if I give enough, they will love me. Maybe if I help enough, they will stay. Maybe if I prove enough, I will matter. But giving from overflow says, I am already loved. I am already worthy. I give because love moves through me, not because I am trying to earn a place in someone's heart. This kind of giving does not drain you. It blesses you too. So begin to notice the feeling in your body. Your body is wise. It often knows before your mind admits the truth. When something is taking too much from you, your body may tighten, your breath may become shallow, your chest may feel heavy, your stomach may turn, your shoulders may rise, your sleep may become restless. These are not random signs. They are messages. They are your inner self saying, please listen. Something here is asking for too much of us. And when something nourishes you, your body also speaks. Your breath deepens. Your face softens. Your heart feels open. Your mind feels clear. You feel more like yourself, not less. You feel steady. You feel honest. You feel safe. Start trusting this wisdom. Your energy does not lie. Your body does not lie. Peace is information. Tension is information. Ease is information. Draining is information. This does not mean every uncomfortable thing is wrong. Growth can feel uncomfortable. Healing can bring emotions to the surface. Change can feel uncertain, but there is a difference between the discomfort of growth and the pain of self-abandonment. Growth may stretch you, but it does not ask you to disappear. Healing may open old wounds, but it does not tell you that you are worthless. Love may challenge you, but it does not keep you begging for basic care. Learn the difference, and you will protect your energy with more wisdom. Your energy is sacred, so speak to it with care. Do not wake up and immediately feed your mind with fear. Do not begin the day by telling yourself that you are behind, not enough, or unlucky. Begin with a softer truth. I am here. I am safe. I choose peace today. I place my energy where love can grow. These simple words begin to guide the mind. They tell the body that a new pattern is forming. They remind your heart that it is no longer being ignored. And when the old thoughts return, do not fight them. Fighting a thought gives it more attention. Instead, gently turn inward and say, I see this old pattern, but I no longer need to feed it. I choose a kinder thought now. I choose to come back to myself now. This is how energy returns. Not all at once, but again and again, through loving redirection. You may not be able to change every situation today. You may not be able to make someone understand. You may not be able to receive every answer. But you can stop giving your whole energy to what you cannot control. You can stop punishing yourself with old stories. You can stop calling worry a form of care. You can stop confusing anxiety with love. You can stop treating your peace like it is less important than everyone else's comfort. There is deep freedom in this. the freedom to choose what receives your life force, the freedom to leave some messages unanswered until you feel calm, the freedom to rest without earning it, the freedom to say no without a long explanation, the freedom to stop checking for proof that you matter, the freedom to believe that your worth is already present, the freedom to live from your own center instead of being pulled by every outside thing. When your energy comes back to you, your face changes, your voice changes, your choices change. Your world begins to feel different, not because everything outside has become perfect, but because you are no longer leaving yourself behind. You become more rooted. You become less easy to shake. You become less hungry for approval. You begin to attract from wholeness instead of need. This is when better things begin to notice you, not because you are chasing them, but because you are finally standing in your own light. Say within yourself, "My energy is sacred. I honor where it goes. I call it back from fear. I call it back from old pain. I call it back from people and places that cannot hold it with love. I place my energy into my healing. I place my energy into my peace. I place my energy into my own beautiful life." Let these words become a gentle promise. You are not here to be emptied by life. You are here to be filled by life. You are here to receive, to grow, to love, to create, to rest, to rise. And the more you understand the sacredness of your own energy, the less willing you become to waste it on what keeps you small. This is not pride. This is wisdom. This is your soul remembering its value. Chasing begins quietly. At first, it may look like care. You send the message. You explain one more time. You wait for the reply. You check for the sign. You try to understand the silence. You replay the moment. You wonder what you could have done better. You keep giving attention to something that keeps giving confusion back to you. And slowly, without noticing, your peace becomes tied to what someone else does or does not do. But love that is meant for you will not require you to lose yourself in the search for it. Peace that is meant for you will not demand that you abandon your body, your sleep, your joy, and your self-respect. Better things do not need you to chase them until you are empty. Better things meet you when you are connected to yourself. Better things can recognize you when you are no longer wearing the energy of desperation. Chasing is not always physical. Sometimes you are sitting still, but your mind is running toward a person, running toward an outcome, running toward a future that you fear will not come, running toward approval, running toward the version of life you think must happen before you can breathe. And while the body sits in one place, the spirit becomes tired from all this inner running. This is why you may feel exhausted even when you've done very little. The body may have rested, but the mind has been chasing. The body may be lying down, but the heart has been reaching. The room may be quiet, but inside you there is a whole storm asking, "Why not yet? Why not me? Why did it happen? What if it never comes?" This kind of chasing drains the life from the present moment. It makes the future feel like the only place where peace can exist. But peace is not waiting at the end of the chase. Peace begins when the chase softens. Peace begins when you stop trying to pull love from where it does not naturally flow. Peace begins when you stop forcing a door that only makes you feel rejected. Peace begins when you stop begging life to move in the exact way your fear demands. Peace begins when you say, I trust what is meant for me, and I release what keeps taking me away from myself. This is not giving up. This is coming back. There is a great difference. Giving up says, nothing good will happen for me. Coming back says, I will no longer lose myself while waiting for good to happen. Giving up closes the heart. Coming back protects the heart. Giving up comes from hopelessness. Coming back comes from self-love. You are not giving up on love, success, healing, or joy. You are giving up the belief that you must suffer to receive them. You may have believed that if you chase harder, life will finally reward you. If you try harder, they will finally value you. If you prove more, they will finally stay. If you worry enough, you will prevent pain. But worry does not protect you. Chasing does not make you chosen. Overgiving does not create real love. Forcing does not create divine timing. The things that belong to your soul do not need to be hunted down like something trying to escape you. What is truly meant for you has a different feeling. It may still require effort, but it does not require self-betrayal. It may ask you to grow, but it does not ask you to shrink. It may ask you to be patient, but it does not ask you to live in constant fear. It may challenge you, but it will not keep draining the light from your eyes. Learn to trust the feeling of what nourishes you. Learn to trust the quiet difference between effort and exhaustion. When you chase what drains you, you send a message to your inner self that your peace is less important than being chosen. But when you stop chasing, you send a new message. You say, I choose myself now. I choose my own heart now. I choose what gives life back to me. This new message begins to heal the parts of you that once believed love had to be earned through pain. Maybe you learned long ago that love meant trying hard. Maybe you learned that you had to be useful to be wanted. Maybe you learned that your needs were too much, so you became easy, quiet, flexible, and forgiving even when it hurt. Maybe you learned to chase because stillness felt unsafe. If no one taught you how to receive, then of course chasing felt normal. But now you are learning something new. You are learning that you can be loved without losing yourself. You are learning that you can receive without begging. You are learning that your presence is enough. There is something deeply healing about stopping. Not stopping your dreams, not stopping your hope, not stopping your love, but stopping the panic, stopping the self-abandonment, stopping the habit of running after what keeps moving away, stopping the belief that you must convince life to be kind to you. When you stop in this way, the soul catches up with the body. Your spirit finally has room to breathe. Say softly inside your heart, I do not chase what drains me. I do not beg what is meant to bless me. I do not lose myself for what cannot meet me with love. I return to my peace. I return to my worth. I return to myself. Let these words settle into the places where you have felt tired. Maybe there is a part of you that still wants to reach out. Maybe there is a part of you that still wants to check, explain, prove, or fix. Do not shame that part of you. That part is only looking for safety. Speak to it kindly. Tell it, we are safe now. We do not need to chase to be loved. We do not need to panic to be protected. We do not need to abandon ourselves to belong. This is how healing becomes gentle. You do not rip yourself away from old habits with anger. You lovingly guide yourself back. Every time your mind runs toward what drains you, you call it home. Every time your heart reaches for what hurts, you place your hand over it and remind it of its worth. Every time you feel the old urge to prove yourself, you choose stillness instead, not as punishment, but as peace. Stillness is powerful because it breaks the pattern. When you stop chasing, the old energy no longer has the same control over you. You begin to see what you could not see while you were running. You begin to notice who only comes close when you are giving too much. You begin to notice which dreams are truly yours and which ones came from trying to be accepted. You begin to notice the difference between love and attachment, between hope and fear, between patience and waiting in pain. And in that seeing, you become free. You may still love someone, but you stop making them the center of your life. You may still want an outcome, but you stop making your peace depend on it. You may still have dreams, but you stop using them as proof that you are worthy. You become rooted in something deeper. You become rooted in yourself. And a person rooted in themselves does not need to chase. They attract from peace. Better things begin to find you when your energy is no longer busy begging old things to change. Better conversations find you. Better thoughts find you. Better opportunities find you. Better people find you. Better ways of seeing yourself find you. Even better silence finds you, the kind of silence that does not feel lonely, but peaceful. This is the silence of self-return. This is the silence that says, I am no longer running from myself. Do not be afraid of what leaves when you stop chasing. Some things are only held together by your effort. Some connections only continue because you are doing all the emotional work. Some patterns only survive because you keep feeding them. When you stop, what is false may fall away, but what is real will meet you differently. What is real will not need you to destroy your peace to keep it alive. This is why stopping the chase is an act of trust. You are trusting that what is aligned with your spirit can find you without you becoming empty. You are trusting that love can come in a peaceful form. You are trusting that success can come without constant panic. You are trusting that healing can unfold without self-criticism. You are trusting that life knows how to bring what belongs to you when you are no longer lost in what does not. There is a new energy waiting for you. It is calmer, it is softer, it is not weak, it is steady, it does not shout, it does not beg, it does not explain itself again and again. It simply knows, I am worthy of good. I am available for peace. I am open to what loves me back. I no longer run toward what makes me feel small. This energy is magnetic because it is whole. You do not need to become perfect to enter this energy. You only need to begin choosing yourself in small ways. Stop answering the thought that hurts you every time it calls. Stop feeding the fear that says nothing better is coming. Stop giving your whole day to one person's silence. Stop treating confusion as a place to live. Stop calling pain a sign of love. Stop making yourself smaller so something else can feel bigger. Put that energy into your own life. Put it into your morning. Put it into your body. Put it into your rest. Put it into the room you live in. Put it into the words you speak over yourself. Put it into your dreams. Put it into the small choices that make you feel proud. Put it into healing the part of you that thought chasing was the only way to receive. Every bit of energy you bring home becomes fuel for your new life. And as you do this, something beautiful happens. You stop needing certain things to happen in order to feel okay. You may still want them, but you are no longer controlled by them. You may still care, but you are no longer consumed. You may still hope, but you are no longer desperate. This is freedom. This is the place where better things start finding you, because your hands are no longer full of what has been draining you. Imagine standing in your own life with open hands, not hands reaching, grabbing, forcing, or holding tight. Open hands, peaceful hands, trusting hands. Hands that say, I release what is not mine to carry. I welcome what is meant to stay. I am ready for better, and I do not need to chase it in fear. These open hands are powerful. They show life that you are ready to receive without losing yourself. So let the chase soften now. Let the old hunger for approval begin to rest. Let the need to be picked by people who cannot see you begin to fade. Let the fear of missing out become trust in divine timing. Let the worry that nothing better will come be replaced by the quiet truth that better things are already moving, even before you can see them. You are not behind because you stopped chasing. You are healing. You are not losing because you chose peace. You are gaining yourself. You are not empty because something did not stay. You are making space for what can meet you with love. You are not forgotten because one door closed. Life has many doors, and the right ones open more easily when you stop standing with all your energy at the wrong one. Say this gently within yourself. I stop chasing what drains me. I trust what is meant for me to meet me in peace. I put my energy back into myself. I become full again. I become calm again. I become open again. Better things are allowed to find me now. Let this truth move through your heart. You are allowed to stop running. You are allowed to rest your spirit. You are allowed to be loved without fighting for it. You are allowed to receive without proving your worth. You are allowed to let better things come in a way that feels peaceful, honest, and kind. And as your energy returns to you, your whole life begins to feel different. Not because you forced it to change, but because you finally stopped giving your power away. Come back to your own heart. Not later, not after everything is fixed, not after everyone understands you, not after the world becomes softer, but now. Come back to the quiet place inside you that has been waiting with patience. Come back to the part of you that does not need to chase, explain, prove, or beg. Come back to the part of you that still believes in peace, even after many restless days. Come back to the part of you that knows you are worthy of love without losing yourself to receive it. For so long, your energy may have been moving away from you. It may have been moving toward old memories, toward people who hurt you, toward worries about the future, toward the need to be accepted, toward the fear of being left behind. And while your energy was out there, your own heart may have been left alone. Your own needs may have become quiet. Your own dreams may have waited in the corner. Your own body may have whispered for rest while your mind kept running after answers. But today, you are being invited to return, not with shame, not with regret, not by saying, "Why did I give so much? Why did I care so deeply? Why did I lose myself for so long?" No, my dear, we are not here to punish the heart for loving. We are here to guide the heart back home. We are here to tell it you did not do anything wrong by caring. You only forgot that you need care too. This is such a tender truth. You need care too. Your heart needs your attention. Your mind needs your kindness. Your body needs your patience. Your spirit needs space to breathe. You have spent enough time asking what others need from you. Now begin asking, what do I need from myself? What would feel peaceful today? What would help my heart feel safe? What would bring me back into balance? What would make me feel like I belong to myself again? These questions are not selfish. They are healing. They are the doorway back to your own life. When you ask yourself what you need, you are no longer treating your soul like an afterthought. You are no longer living as if everyone else's comfort matters more than your inner peace. You are no longer waiting for someone outside of you to notice that you are tired. You are noticing. You are listening. You are becoming the loving presence your heart has needed. Sometimes the heart becomes quiet because it has been ignored for too long. It does not always shout. It may not always say clearly, "I am hurting. I am tired. I need love." Sometimes it speaks through heaviness in the chest. Sometimes it speaks through tears that come without warning. Sometimes it speaks through anger, not because you are cruel, but because some part of you has been overextended for too long. Sometimes it speaks through numbness, because feeling everything became too much. Do not judge the way your heart has tried to survive. If you became distant, if you became guarded, if you became tired, if you stopped feeling excited about things you once loved, do not turn that into another reason to criticize yourself. Your heart has been protecting you in the only way it knew. Now you can meet it with gentleness. You can say, I understand. You have carried so much. You do not have to carry it alone anymore. Put your hand over your heart, even if only in your imagination, and speak to yourself with warmth. Say, I am here for you now. I am listening now. I am not leaving you now. These words may feel simple, but they are powerful. For a heart that has felt abandoned by others, the most healing sound is your own loving voice saying, I will not abandon myself. Coming back to your heart means becoming your own safe place again. It means that when life becomes loud, you can return inward. When people misunderstand you, you can return inward. When something does not happen the way you hoped, you can return inward. When the future feels uncertain, you can return inward. Not to hide from life, but to remember who you are before fear tells you a smaller story. You are not the fear. You are the one who can hold the fear with love. You are not the sadness. You are the one who can sit with the sadness and still know peace is possible. You are not the old story. You are the one who can choose a new meaning. You are not the rejection. You are the one who can remember your worth even when someone else could not see it. Your heart is not weak because it has been hurt. Your heart is wise because it still wants to heal. There is a soft kind of strength that begins when you stop running from yourself. It does not look loud. It does not need to prove anything. It is the strength of sitting with your own emotions without calling them wrong. It is the strength of saying no when your body says no. It is the strength of resting when your mind says you should keep pushing. It is the strength of choosing peace even when an old pattern asks you to chase. For a long time, you may have treated your feelings as problems to solve. If sadness came, you tried to push it away. If fear came, you tried to control the future. If loneliness came, you reached for someone who could not truly meet you. If guilt came, you gave more than you had. But your feelings are not enemies. They are messengers. They are parts of you asking for understanding. When sadness comes, it may be asking for comfort. When fear comes, it may be asking for safety. When anger comes, it may be asking for a boundary. When loneliness comes, it may be asking for connection with your own soul. When exhaustion comes, it may be asking for rest. Instead of giving your energy away each time a feeling rises, come back to your heart and ask, what are you trying to show me? What do you need from me? This is how you begin to heal from the inside. You stop treating your inner world like a burden. You begin treating it like a sacred home. A home does not stay peaceful by accident. It needs care. It needs cleaning. It needs light. It needs warmth. Your inner home is the same. It needs loving thoughts. It needs gentle words. It needs moments of quiet. It needs permission to release what no longer belongs there. Maybe your inner home has been filled with the voices of others, their opinions, their criticism, their silence, their confusion, their expectations. Maybe you have been living with those voices for so long that you forgot your own voice has a sound. But your true voice is still there. It is soft. It is steady. It does not shame you. It does not tell you that you are behind. It does not tell you that you must become someone else to be loved. It says, "Come closer. Come back. I have been here all along." Listen for that voice. It may not arrive as a big answer. It may arrive as a small feeling, a simple knowing, a quiet pull toward rest, a warm sense that something is not right for you anymore, a gentle desire to take better care of yourself. Trust these small signs. Your heart often speaks softly because truth does not need to shout. When you come back to your own heart, you begin to stop asking the world to give you what you have not yet given yourself. You stop asking others to choose you while you keep abandoning your own needs. You stop waiting for someone else to respect your time while you keep giving it away without care. You stop hoping someone will speak kindly to you while your own inner voice remains harsh. You begin inside. You begin with the way you treat yourself when no one is watching. Speak to yourself the way you wish someone had spoken to you when you were hurting. Be gentle with yourself the way you wish someone had been gentle with you when you were tired. Encourage yourself the way you wish someone had encouraged you when you doubted your path. Your own love is not a replacement for every love outside of you, but it is the foundation. Without it, outside love feels uncertain. With it, outside love becomes a blessing, not a need for survival. There is a beautiful shift that happens when you stop begging the world to make you feel whole. You become softer, not harder. You become calmer, not colder. You become more open, but also more rooted. You can receive love without becoming afraid of losing it. You can enjoy people without making them responsible for your worth. You can welcome opportunities without making them the proof that your life matters. You already matter. You matter before anything arrives. Say softly within yourself, "I come back to my own heart. I listen to my needs with love. I treat my peace as sacred. I am safe inside myself. I am allowed to choose what nourishes me." Let these words settle slowly. Let them move through the parts of you that have felt ignored. Let them reach the tired part that has been waiting for permission to rest. Let them reach the younger part of you that felt it had to earn love. Let them reach the part of why that still wonders if it is too late to feel like yourself again. It is not too late. You are not too far gone. You can return to yourself from any place. You can begin again from any moment. Coming back to your heart may feel small at first. It may look like choosing not to check something that only brings pain. It may look like drinking water because your body asked for care. It may look like stepping away from a conversation that makes you feel smaller. It may look like speaking one kind sentence to yourself. It may look like sitting quietly and letting your body feel supported. These small acts are not small in the spirit. They are messages of love. Every time you choose yourself in a healthy way, you repair trust with yourself. Every time you listen to your own needs, your heart begins to believe you are safe. Every time you stop chasing and come inward, your energy becomes stronger. Every time you protect your peace, your soul stands taller. This is how better things begin to find you. They find you when you are no longer scattered. They find you when you are present. They find you when you are living in your own body, your own heart, your own truth. And when better things come, you will be able to receive them differently. You will not grab them with fear. You will not cling to them as if they are your only source of life. You will welcome them with calm hands. You will say, "Thank you. I am ready to receive good without losing myself." That is a beautiful kind of readiness. It is not desperate. It is peaceful. It is open. It is strong. Come back to your heart now. Let the world be the world for a moment. Let people be people. Let the past be something that no longer needs all your energy. Let the future unfold with more wisdom than your fear can see. Place your energy into the one place where healing can truly begin, within you. Your heart is not empty. It is waiting for you. Your peace is not gone. It is waiting beneath the noise. Your power is not lost. It is returning as you return to yourself. There are people and situations that can keep pulling at your energy long after they are no longer in front of you. A conversation may be over, but your mind keeps answering it. A person may be gone, but your heart keeps reaching for them. A chapter may be closed, but your emotions keep standing at the door. This is how energy gets tied to the past. Not because you are weak, but because some part of you is still looking for peace where pain began. Today, you can begin to release those ties. Not with anger, not with bitterness, not by pretending you never cared. Release does not mean your heart was foolish. Release does not mean the situation had no meaning. Release means you are choosing not to keep paying for yesterday with the energy of today. It means you are allowing your life force to return to the present moment where healing can happen. Some people live inside your mind because you are still washit, waiting for them to understand how deeply they affected you. You may be waiting for an apology. You may be waiting for an explanation. You may be waiting for a sign that they finally see your heart clearly. And while you wait, your energy stays connected to their awareness. But my dear, your peace cannot depend on someone else's awakening. Your healing cannot wait for another person to become honest, kind, or ready. This is a hard truth, but it is a freeing one. Some people may never understand your pain in the way you wish they would. Some people may never have the words. Some people may never take responsibility. Some people may never see the beauty they had access to. But their lack of understanding does not have to become your prison. You can release the need for them to see it. You can say, I know what I felt. I know what I lived. I do not need their agreement in order to heal. There are also situations that keep pulling at you because they feel unfinished. The job that did not work out, the relationship that ended without peace, the chance that passed you by, the version of yourself you thought you would become by now, the path that did not open, the dream that still feels far away. These things can keep taking space in the heart if you keep asking, why did it happen this way? But sometimes peace comes not because the answer appears, but because the need to know begins to soften. You do not need to understand every turn in order to trust your path. You do not need to know why something left in order to let yourself breathe again. You do not need to see the full plan to believe life is still guiding you. Many times, what feels unfinished to the mind is already complete in the spirit. The lesson has been received. The door has served its purpose. The energy is ready to move on. But the mind keeps returning because it is afraid to release control. Let this be a gentle reminder. You are allowed to stop reopening the wound to check if it still hurts. You are allowed to stop reading the same old page. You are allowed to stop building your identity around what did not stay. You are allowed to say, this shaped me, but it does not own me. This hurt me, but it will not hold me forever. This changed me, but it will not close my heart. Release is not always one big moment. Sometimes release is 1,000 quiet choices. You release when you choose not to replay the old conversation. You release when you choose not to explain yourself again inside your own mind. You release when you stop imagining what you should have said. You release when you stop checking for signs from what only brings confusion. You release when you bring your attention back to the life in front of you. This kind of release is gentle, but it is powerful. It tells your nervous system we are not living there anymore. It tells your heart we are safe to move forward. It tells your mind we do not need to solve the past to deserve peace now. It tells your soul your energy is coming home. Maybe there is a name that still brings heaviness into your chest. Maybe there is a memory that still tightens your body. Maybe there is a place, a song, a date, a message, or a silence that pulls you backward. Do not fight what rises. Fighting gives it more force. Instead, meet it with softness. Say, I see you. I know you mattered. I know this hurt. But I am no longer giving you my whole life. I am releasing the energy that has been trapped here. You can honor what happened without continuing to live inside it. You can admit that something mattered without carrying it as your future. You can love someone and still stop giving them your daily peace. You can be grateful for a lesson and still close the door. You can forgive and still choose distance. You can remember and still move forward. These truths can exist together. Sometimes people think release means they must feel nothing, but that is not true. Release means the feeling no longer controls where your energy goes. You may feel sadness, but you do not build a home inside it. You may feel love, but you do not use it as a reason to keep suffering. You may feel disappointment, but you do not let it become your whole view of life. You may feel longing, but you do not let longing make you abandon yourself. Your feelings can move through you like weather. They can come, they can be felt, and they can pass. You do not have to become the storm. You do not have to chase every cloud. You do not have to believe every fearful thought that arrives. You can stay rooted in yourself and let the feeling move. This is emotional freedom. Not the absence of feeling, but the ability to remain with yourself while feelings rise and fall. There is a simple truth that can bring much peace. Anything that keeps pulling you away from yourself needs to be met with a boundary. Sometimes the boundary is physical. Sometimes it is emotional. Sometimes it is mental. Sometimes it is spiritual. You may not need to announce it. You may not need to explain it. You may simply need to stop giving access to your energy. A mental boundary may sound like this: I will not spend the whole day thinking about what I cannot change. An emotional boundary may sound like this: I can care, but I will not carry this alone. A spiritual boundary may sound like this: I release this into the care of life. A physical boundary may sound like this: I choose space because my peace matters. Boundaries are not punishment, they are protection. They are the loving lines that help your energy stay whole. If guilt rises when you begin to release, meet it with compassion. Guilt often appears when you start choosing yourself after a long season of overgiving. It may say, you are being selfish, you are being unkind, you are giving up too soon. But listen deeper. Ask yourself, is this guilt the voice of truth, or is it the voice of an old pattern that needed me to stay available even when I was empty? Many times, guilt is not a sign to go back. It is a sign that you are stepping into a new level of self-respect. You can be loving and still release. You can be soft and still walk away. You can be spiritual and still say, this is not good for my energy. You can be forgiving and still protect your heart. Being kind does not mean allowing yourself to be drained. Being open does not mean having no door. Being loving does not mean staying attached to everything you have outgrown. There may be situations that once felt right, but now feel heavy. This does not always mean they were wrong from the beginning. Some things are right for a season. Some people meet you for a lesson. Some doors open to teach you and then close to move you forward. Life is always moving. You are allowed to move too. You do not have to stay connected to something simply because it once held meaning. The heart sometimes fears release because it thinks release will create emptiness. But many times, release creates space. Space for clarity, space for rest, space for new love, space for better opportunities, space for your own voice, space for peace that was hidden beneath the noise. When you let go of what pulls at you, you do not become empty. You become available. Available for your own life. Available for the present moment. Available for guidance. Available for joy. Available for better things that could not enter while your energy was tied to old pain. This is why release is such an act of trust. You are telling life, I believe there is more for me than what I have been holding. I believe my heart can heal. I believe peace can return. I believe good can still find me. Say softly within yourself, I release the people and situations that keep pulling my energy away from me. I release the need to be understood by everyone. I release the need to keep proving my heart. I release old conversations, old pain, old waiting, and old fear. I call my energy back into this moment. I am safe to move forward. Let those words travel through you. Let them touch the places where your energy has felt tied. Imagine every old pull becoming loose, not broken with force, but softened with love. Every thought that once grabbed you begins to lose its grip. Every memory that once owned the day becomes quieter. Every person who once lived too loudly in your mind begins to take their right size. You are bigger than what happened. Your life is bigger than one chapter. Your future is bigger than one disappointment. There is a deep peace that comes when you stop trying to bring old energy into a new season. You cannot fully enter what is waiting while carrying everything that has ended. You cannot fully receive better while your hands are closed around what hurt you. You cannot fully hear your own guidance while your mind is filled with voices from the past. Release is how you create room for your next blessing. And sometimes the thing you are releasing is not a person or situation, but a version of yourself, the version who had to be wrong all the time, the version who accepted less because it felt familiar, the version who chased love because stillness felt unsafe, the version who thought rest had to be earned, the version who kept smiling while breaking inside. Thank that version. Do not hate them. They helped you survive. But you do not have to live as that version forever. You can release the identity of the one who always carries. You can release the identity of the one who is always chosen last. You can release the identity of the one who must suffer to grow. You can release the identity of the one who must explain their worth. These were never your true self. They were roles you learned, and what was learned can be lovingly unlearned. Your true self is not desperate. Your true self is not empty. Your true self is not begging life for scraps. Your true self is peaceful, worthy, loving, guided, and whole. The more you release what is not truly you, the more your real energy rises. It has always been there beneath the fear, beneath the guilt, beneath the old pain. Release does not make you someone new. It helps you remember who you were before life taught you to forget. So let the release be gentle. Let it happen through your words, your choices, your attention, your breath, your boundaries, your rest. Each time you choose peace over the old pull, you are free. Each time you return your attention to yourself, you are free. Each time you say, I do not need to carry this anymore, you are free. Freedom is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it is simply not answering the old fear when it calls your name. You are allowed to put down what has been too heavy. You are allowed to stop carrying people who are not carrying their part. You are allowed to stop waiting in places where love feels like confusion. You are allowed to stop giving mental space to situations that cannot change today. You are allowed to stop letting the past decide how much peace you are allowed to feel now. The energy you release does not disappear. It returns to you. It becomes clarity. It becomes strength. It becomes sleep. It becomes creativity. It becomes self-respect. It becomes the quiet joy of feeling like yourself again. This is why releasing what pulls at you is not a loss. It is recovery. You are recovering your own life force. You are gathering yourself back from the places where you were left scattered. And as your energy comes home, your spirit begins to stand upright again. Your heart begins to open in a healthier way. Your mind begins to find new thoughts. Your body begins to feel less tense. Your choices begin to come from truth, not panic. You begin to understand that better things do not come because you hold tighter. Better things come because you make space. Better things come because you are no longer filled with what has been hurting you. Say again, I release what pulls me away from myself. I release what keeps my heart tired. I release what cannot meet me with love. I bless the past and I return to the present. My energy belongs here. My life is waiting here. My peace is growing here. Let that be enough for this moment. You do not need to know exactly what comes next. You do not need to force yourself to feel completely free right away. You only need to begin loosening the grip. Life will meet your willingness. Healing will meet your honesty. Peace will meet your return. And each time you release even a little, more of you comes back. Now that your energy is returning, you can begin to rebuild your inner power. Not the kind of power that controls others, not the kind of power that needs to be loud, not the kind of power that proves, pushes, or demands. Your true inner power is quiet. It is steady. It is the feeling of being connected to yourself. It is the strength to choose peace when old patterns ask for panic. It is the courage to speak kindly to yourself when the old voice wants to criticize. It is the wisdom to stop giving your whole life to things that drain you. Inner power begins when your energy is no longer scattered. When your attention is pulled in too many directions, you feel weak, confused, and unsure. But when your energy comes home, you begin to feel centered again. You begin to make decisions from calm instead of fear. You begin to hear the difference between your truth and your anxiety. You begin to know what belongs in your life and what no longer matches your peace. This power has always been inside you. It did not disappear. It was only covered by worry, overgiving, self-doubt, and old pain. Like the sun behind thick clouds, your power was still shining. You may not have felt it, but it was there. Every time you survived something hard, it was there. Every time you kept going when your heart was tired, it was there. Every time you hoped again after disappointment, it was there. Every time you chose kindness in a world that felt heavy, it was there. You are more powerful than you have allowed yourself to believe. But your power does not grow through self-pressure. It grows through self-trust. It grows each time you keep a loving promise to yourself. It grows each time you listen to your body. It grows each time you choose a thought that supports you. It grows each time you stop making someone else's reaction the measure of your worth. It grows each time you return to yourself instead of running after what drains you. Start rebuilding through small, honest choices. Choose to speak gently to yourself in the morning. Choose to place your attention on what is possible instead of what is missing. Choose to care for your body like it is your friend. Choose to stop repeating the story that makes you feel powerless. Choose to believe that your life can still become beautiful. These choices may seem simple, but they are the bricks of a new inner foundation. A strong inner foundation is built slowly. You do not need to rebuild your whole life in one day. You do not need to fix every pattern at once. You do not need to become fearless before you can begin. You only need to become willing. Willing to think differently. Willing to treat yourself differently. Willing to receive better. Willing to stop calling pain familiar and start calling peace home. Say softly, I am willing to rebuild my inner power. I am willing to trust myself again. I am willing to choose peace again. I am willing to become full again. Let willingness be enough. There is great power in willingness because it opens the door without forcing the whole journey. It tells life, I am ready for help. I am ready for healing. I am ready for a new way. You may not know every step, but willingness creates movement. It tells the heart that something new is possible. Your inner power grows when you stop speaking against yourself. Notice the words you use about your life. Notice how often you say, I cannot, I always, I never, nothing works. I am too late, I am too tired, I am not enough. These words are not harmless. They are seeds. They become the atmosphere you live in. But you can choose new words. You can choose words that open the heart instead of closing it. Instead of saying, I am broken, say, I am healing. Instead of saying, I am behind, say, I am moving in my own timing. Instead of saying, nothing good comes to me, say, I am open to good in ways I can see and ways I cannot yet see. Instead of saying, I always lose, say, life is teaching me how to receive better. These new words may feel unfamiliar at first, but unfamiliar does not mean false. It may only mean your heart is learning a new language. Your inner power is rebuilt through repetition. The old thoughts became strong because they were repeated. The new thoughts will become strong the same way. Do not be discouraged if your mind returns to fear. That does not mean you failed. It means an old path is still familiar. Gently choose again. Each loving thought is a new path. Each kind word is a step. Each peaceful choice makes the path easier to walk. Think of yourself as someone learning to live from a new center. Before, your center may have been outside of you, in someone's approval, in a result, in a message, in success, in being needed, in being liked. But now your center is coming home. Your center is becoming your own heart, your own truth, your own connection to life. From this center, you do not need to be pulled by everything around you. You can feel something and still choose wisely. You can want something and still stay peaceful. You can care deeply and still remain whole. This is real power, the power to not abandon yourself, the power to not let fear lead every choice, the power to stop giving your life to thoughts that make you feel small, the power to look at yourself with love even while you are still growing, the power to say, I am not perfect, but I am worthy. I am not finished, but I am healing. I am not where I want to be yet, but I am no longer who I used to be. Let that truth bring comfort. You are not who you used to be. Even if the outside has not changed much yet, something inside you is shifting. You are becoming more aware. You are noticing what drains you. You are questioning old patterns. You are learning to protect your peace. You are choosing yourself in ways you may not have chosen before. This is progress. This is power returning. Do not measure your growth only by what the world can see. Some of the deepest healing happens quietly. No one may notice when you choose not to answer an old fear. No one may clap when you rest instead of overgiving. No one may praise you for speaking kindly to yourself. No one may see the moment you stop replaying a painful memory. But your soul sees. Your body feels it. Your future is shaped by it. There is a new kind of confidence that begins to grow when you keep choosing yourself. It is not arrogance. It is not pride. It is not thinking you are better than anyone. It is the peaceful knowing that you do not need to betray yourself to be loved. You do not need to shrink to fit into places that cannot hold your truth. You do not need to keep proving what is already real. You are worthy now. You are enough now. Your life matters now. This confidence changes the energy you carry. People may not know what changed, but they can feel it. You become less available for confusion, less willing to chase, less willing to be pulled into old drama, less willing to speak harshly to yourself, more available for peace, more available for love that feels safe, more available for opportunities that respect your worth, more available for the quiet guidance of life. When your inner power grows, you stop asking, "How can I make them choose me?" You start asking, "Does this feel good for my spirit?" You stop asking, "How can I prove I am enough?" You start asking, "What would I choose if I already believed I was enough?" You stop asking, "What if I lose this?" You start asking, "What if life has better ways to bless me than I can see right now?" These questions shift everything. They move you from fear to trust, from chasing to receiving, from self-doubt to self-respect, from old pain to new possibility. Ask better questions, and your energy begins to move in a better direction. The mind is powerful. It will search for what you ask it to find. If you keep asking, "Why am I not enough?" the mind will search for painful answers. But if you ask, "How can I love myself today?" the mind begins to look for healing. Begin asking questions that support your future. What thought would bring me peace right now? What choice would honor my energy? What can I release today? What small act of love can I give myself? What would I do if I trusted life a little more? These questions are like lanterns. They do not show the whole road, but they show the next step. And the next step is enough. Your inner power also grows when you begin to trust your own timing. You may look around and think others are ahead. Others have found love, success, healing, peace, stability. But your path is not late because it looks different. A flower does not lose its beauty because it blooms in its own season. Your life has its own rhythm. Your healing has its own wisdom. Your blessings have their own way of arriving. Trusting your timing is part of putting energy back into yourself. When you keep comparing, your energy leaves you. It goes into someone else's path. It starts measuring, doubting, shrinking. But when you return to your own timing, your energy comes home. You remember, my life is not a race. My growth is not a competition. My healing is not behind. I am unfolding in the way life knows is right for me. There is peace in that. There is power in that. You do not need to become someone else to be blessed. You do not need to copy another person's path to be safe. You do not need to rush your healing to prove that you are growing. You only need to stay honest, open, and loving with yourself. The right things will meet you on the road that belongs to you. Say softly, "I trust my timing. I trust my path. I trust the quiet growth happening inside me. I am not behind. I am becoming." Let those words soften the pressure in your body. Let them release the fear that you must hurry to be worthy. Let them remind you that life does not forget its own. You are part of life. You are not outside of its care. You are not being left behind by the universe. You are being shaped, guided, strengthened, and prepared in ways that may not be visible yet. Rebuilding your inner power means learning to stand with yourself through uncertainty. It is easy to feel powerful when everything is going your way. But true inner power grows when you can say, even though I do not know what comes next, I will not abandon myself. Even though I do not have every answer, I will choose peace where I can. Even though I feel afraid, I will speak to myself with love. Even though this season is unclear, I trust that life is still moving. You can be uncertain and still be powerful. You can be tender and still be strong. You can be healing and still be whole. You can be tired and still be worthy. Do not wait until you feel perfect to claim your power. Claim it gently now. Claim it in the middle of becoming. Claim it in the soft voice that says, I am here. I am trying. I am learning. I am still worthy of good. This kind of power cannot be taken from you because it is not based on outside things. It is not based on who stays, who leaves, who claps, who understands, who approves. It is based on your connection to your own spirit. The deeper that connection becomes, the less the outside world can shake your sense of self. You may still feel pain. You may still feel disappointment, but you will not lose yourself as easily. You will know how to come back. And each time you come back, the return becomes quicker. What once took months may take weeks. What once took weeks may take days. What once took days may become a moment of awareness. This is growth. Not that you never feel fear, but that fear no longer keeps your energy for as long. Not that you never feel hurt, but that hurt no longer becomes your whole identity. Not that you never fall into old thoughts, but that you now know the way home. Build your power by keeping your energy close to what gives life. Spend time with thoughts that support you. Choose words that heal you. Create small spaces of quiet. Let your body rest when it asks. Let your heart feel without judgment. Keep your dreams alive, even if they are still small. Protect your attention from what only feeds fear. Nourish yourself with what brings warmth, clarity, and hope. You do not have to do this perfectly. You only have to keep returning. Return to love. Return to peace. Return to your own heart. Return to the truth that better things can find you when you are no longer lost in everything that drained you. Return to the belief that life can bring good in ways you have not imagined. Return to the feeling that you are supported even while you are still learning to trust. Say within yourself, my power is returning. My peace is growing. My energy is becoming whole again. I no longer give my life force to what makes me feel small. I place my energy into love, healing, rest, and trust. I am rebuilding myself from the inside with kindness. Feel the strength in those words. Not a hard strength, a soft strength, the kind that does not need to shout, the kind that knows, the kind that stands quietly in truth. This is the strength that better things can meet. This is the energy that opens doors. This is the inner place where receiving becomes natural, because you are no longer asking from emptiness. You are allowing from wholeness. You are rebuilding. Every loving thought is part of it. Every boundary is part of it. Every release is part of it. Every quiet return to yourself is part of it. Nothing is wasted. No gentle choice is too small. Your life is responding to the energy you are becoming. And as your energy becomes clearer, calmer, and more loving, you begin to notice that better things were not as far away as they seemed. They were waiting for you to come back into alignment with yourself. Better things begin to find you when your energy becomes calm enough to receive them. Not perfect, not always happy, not free from every fear, just calm enough to stop running after what keeps moving away, calm enough to stop gripping the old story with tired hands, calm enough to let life come towards you in ways your worried mind could not plan. For a long time, you may have believed that good things only come when you push harder. You may have believed that if you do not chase, you will lose. If you do not worry, you are not caring. If you do not hold tightly, everything will fall apart. But life does not only respond to force. Life also responds to trust. Life responds to openness. Life responds to the quiet energy of someone who knows, I am worthy of good, even when I am not chasing it. There is a different feeling that enters your life when you stop moving from fear. You begin to breathe differently. You begin to speak differently. You begin to wait differently. You no longer wait like someone who has been abandoned. You wait like someone who knows life is still working. You no longer hope like someone who is begging. You hope like someone who is ready. You no longer want from emptiness. You want from peace. This is important because desperate energy often pushes peace away. It makes the mind loud. It makes the body tense. It makes the heart accept things it would not accept if it felt safe. When you feel desperate, you may mistake confusion for love. You may mistake crumbs for care. You may mistake pressure for purpose. You may mistake any open door for the right door. But when your energy becomes calm, you can feel the difference. Calm energy helps you see clearly. It helps you notice who brings peace and who brings worry. It helps you notice which opportunities feel aligned and which ones only feed fear. It helps you notice when you are choosing from love and when you are choosing from panic. A calm heart does not mean you never feel emotion. It means emotion no longer drives you away from your truth. Better things find calm energy because calm energy has space. When your mind is crowded with old pain, there is no room for new guidance. When your heart is full of fear, there is little room for trust. When your hands are closed around what has already hurt you, they cannot receive what life is trying to give. Calm energy opens the hands. Calm energy softens the chest. Calm energy says, I am willing to receive good in a way that does not cost me myself. This is why peace makes you magnetic, not because you are trying to attract with force, not because you are performing calmness for the world, but because when you are peaceful, you are no longer pushing against life. Your energy becomes clear, your heart becomes open, your choices become honest. And what is honest, loving, and aligned can find you more easily. Think about a quiet lake. When the surface is wild, you cannot see what is beneath. Everything looks broken and unclear. But when the water becomes still, the reflection appears. You can see the sky, you can see the trees, you can see what was always there. Your heart is like this. When it is troubled by fear, it cannot see clearly. But when it softens, truth rises to the surface. You do not need to force this calm. Calm cannot be forced. It is allowed. It begins when you stop arguing with life for a moment and choose to return to yourself. It begins when you say, I do not have to solve everything right now. I do not have to know every answer. I do not have to chase what is meant to bless me. I can be here. I can be open. I can trust the next right step to show itself. There are things trying to find you that require your energy to be steady. A better idea may be trying to reach you, but your mind has been too busy repeating old fear. A better relationship may be moving toward you, but your heart has been tied to someone who cannot meet you. A better season may be forming, but your energy has been stuck trying to reopen a door that closed for a reason. Better things need room. Peace creates that room. You may wonder, how do I become calm when life feels uncertain? You begin by not making uncertainty your enemy. Uncertainty does not always mean something is wrong. Sometimes uncertainty means life is still arranging. Sometimes it means a new path is forming. Sometimes it means the old way has ended, but the new way has not fully appeared yet. This space can feel uncomfortable, but it can also be sacred. In this space, you are not being punished. You are being taught to trust yourself in the middle of not knowing. You are being taught that your peace does not have to depend on every detail being clear. You are being taught that better things can grow quietly before they become visible. You are being taught that the unseen is not empty. It may be full of movement. Say softly within yourself, I do not need to force what is meant for me. I allow life to meet me in peace. I am open to better things coming in calm and natural ways. Let those words move through the part of you that has been trying too hard. Let them touch the place in your chest where pressure has lived. Let them remind you that your life does not need to be built from panic. You can build from peace. You can build from trust. You can build from the deep knowing that you are allowed to receive without breaking yourself to make it happen. Better things often arrive when you stop trying to control the exact path. They may not come through the person you expected. They may not come at the time you demanded. They may not look like the picture your mind created, but they come with a feeling of ease. They come with more honesty. They come with more respect. They come without making you feel like you must shrink, beg, or lose your peace. That is how you recognize what is better. It does not always mean bigger. It does not always mean louder. It does not always mean faster. Better can be calmer. Better can be safer. Better can be more real. Better can be something that lets your nervous system rest. Better can be a person who meets you with respect. Better can be a chance that does not require you to betray your values. Better can be a life that feels less heavy inside your own body. Sometimes better is not more. Sometimes better is peace, better sleep, better thoughts, better boundaries, better mornings, better self-talk, better silence, better company, better faith in yourself, better space inside your heart. Do not overlook these blessings because you were expecting something dramatic. Life often begins healing you through quiet changes. Your calm energy becomes a signal to life. It says, I am ready for what does not harm me. I am ready for what feels honest. I am ready for what meets my heart with care. I am ready for what grows with me, not what drains me. This signal does not need to be loud. It is felt through the choices you make each day. Choosing rest sends the signal. Choosing self-respect sends the signal. Choosing not to chase sends the signal. Choosing kind thoughts sends the signal. Choosing peace sends the signal. And as this signal becomes stronger, your life begins to respond. You may notice that you no longer feel drawn to the same draining places. You may notice that certain conversations no longer pull you in. You may notice that what once tempted you now feels heavy. This is growth. This is your energy becoming wiser. This is your spirit saying, I know what peace feels like now, and I cannot pretend I do not. Do not be afraid when your taste changes. Do not be afraid when you no longer fit into old patterns. Do not be afraid when the things you used to chase begin to lose their shine. This does not mean your life is becoming empty. It means your energy is becoming cleaner. It means your heart is preparing for something more aligned. It means you are no longer entertained by what exhausts you. There is beauty in becoming calm enough to stop accepting chaos as love. There is beauty in becoming calm enough to stop calling anxiety excitement. There is beauty in becoming calm enough to stop confusing effort with worth. There is beauty in becoming calm enough to say, if it costs me my peace, I need to look again. Your peace is not too much to ask for. Your peace is not a small thing. Your peace is the ground where better things can grow. When your peace is protected, your thoughts become softer. Your choices become cleaner. Your body feels safer. Your energy becomes more open. And from that place, life can bring things to you that match the person you are becoming. Say within yourself, my calm energy is powerful. My peace is magnetic. I do not chase what is not aligned. I welcome what meets me with truth, love, and ease. Let those words become a new rhythm inside you. Calm does not mean nothing is happening. Calm means you trust that something can happen without fear being in charge. Calm means you are no longer using worry as a way to feel in control. Calm means you are standing in your own energy and allowing life to move with you. Better things will start finding you because you are no longer hiding beneath old pain. They will start finding you because you are no longer using all your energy to keep alive what has already been draining you. They will start finding you because your heart is becoming available again. Your mind is becoming clear again. Your spirit is becoming open again. You are becoming visible to the kind of life that matches your healing. And when better things begin to appear, receive them gently. Do not question them so much that fear blocks the blessing. Do not push them away because old pain told you good things do not last. Do not shrink because peace feels unfamiliar. Let yourself learn how good can feel. Let yourself learn how safe can feel. Let yourself learn how it feels when something enters your life and does not ask you to lose yourself. You are worthy of that kind of good. You are worthy of peace that stays. You are worthy of love that does not confuse you. You are worthy of chances that respect your time. You are worthy of a life that feels lighter inside your chest. And the more you believe this, the less you will chase what argues with it. Choosing yourself may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you have spent many years being everything for everyone. If you were the one who understood, the one who forgave, the one who adjusted, the one who stayed quiet, the one who kept giving, then choosing yourself can feel like you are doing something wrong. But you are not doing something wrong. You are doing something honest. You are allowed to choose yourself. You are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to stop giving when your heart is empty. You are allowed to rest without explaining why. You are allowed to say no without turning it into a long apology. You are allowed to take your energy back from people and situations that do not honor it. This is not selfish. This is healthy. This is how you stop disappearing inside your own kindness. Many people confuse self-love with selfishness because they were taught that love means always giving, always saying yes, always being available, always putting their own needs last. But love that requires you to erase yourself is not balanced love. Love does not ask you to become empty. Love does not ask you to ignore your body. Love does not ask you to betray your peace. Real love includes you too. You can love others and still choose yourself. You can care deeply and still have limits. You can be generous and still protect your energy. You can forgive and still move differently. You can wish someone well and still stop giving them access to your inner world. Choosing yourself does not mean you stop loving. It means you begin loving with wisdom. Guilt often rises when a new boundary meets an old habit. The old habit says, give more. The new wisdom says, rest now. The old habit says, explain yourself. The new wisdom says, peace does not need to defend itself. The old habit says, they may be upset. The new wisdom says, I can survive someone's disappointment without abandoning myself. This is growth. It may feel strange, but it is sacred. When you choose yourself, not everyone will clap for you. Some people benefited from the version of you that had no boundaries. Some people were comfortable when your energy was always available. Some people may not understand why you are quieter, why you are choosing rest, why you no longer run to fix everything. Let them have their feelings. You do not need to return to self-abandonment to keep others comfortable. This is a deep lesson. You are irresponsible for managing everyone's reaction to your healing. You are not responsible for making your growth easy for people who preferred you drained. You are not responsible for proving that your peace matters. It already matters. Your life matters. Your body matters. Your heart matters. Your future matters. Say softly, I can choose myself with love. I can protect my peace without guilt. I can honor my energy and still have a kind heart. Let those words touch the part of you that feels afraid to disappoint others. Maybe you were praised only when you gave too much. Maybe you learned that being easy to love meant having no needs. Maybe you learned that peace in the home depended on your silence. Maybe you learned to read everyone's mood before asking what you felt. If so, choosing yourself will feel unfamiliar. But unfamiliar does not mean wrong. It may mean freedom is new to your nervous system. Be gentle with yourself as you learn. You do not need to become hard. You do not need to become harsh. You do not need to close your heart to prove you have boundaries. You can be soft and clear. You can be loving and firm. You can say, I care about you, and I also care about myself. You can say, I understand, and I still need rest. You can say, I forgive, and I still choose distance. You can say, I love, and I will not lose myself. The guilt will soften when you keep choosing yourself with love. At first, it may be loud. It may tell you that you are being unkind. It may tell you that you are changing too much. It may tell you that you will lose people if you stop overgiving. But stay with yourself. Keep reminding your heart, I am not doing this to hurt anyone. I am doing this because I am also worthy of care. There is a little part inside many people that still believes love must be earned. It believes if I am useful enough, I will be kept. If I am quiet enough, I will be accepted. If I am forgiving enough, I will be chosen. If I need nothing, I will not be left. This part does not need shame. It needs comfort. It needs to hear. You do not have to earn your place by becoming empty. You can be loved as a whole person. Choosing yourself means you stop negotiating with your worth. You stop asking, am I allowed to need this? Am I allowed to feel this? Am I allowed to want peace? Yes, you are allowed. You are allowed to need kindness. You are allowed to need space. You are allowed to need honesty. You are allowed to need rest. You are allowed to need relationships that do not make your body feel unsafe. These needs do not make you difficult. They make you human. If someone calls your peace selfish, look deeper. Are you truly harming them? Or are you simply no longer overextending yourself for them? Are you being unkind? Or are you no longer available for a pattern that hurt you? Are you closing your heart, or are you protecting it so it can heal? These questions will help you see clearly. Self-love is not the same as ignoring others. It is not taking pity on others. It is not living without care. Self-love is remembering that you are part of the life you are trying to bless. You are not outside the circle of compassion. You are inside it. Your own name belongs in your prayers. Your own heart belongs in your care. Your own future deserves your energy. When you choose yourself, you begin to teach the world how to meet you. If you treat your time as worthless, others may follow. If you treat your energy as endless, others may keep taking. If you treat your peace as unimportant, others may not know to respect it. But when you begin to honor yourself, your life begins to rearrange. Some people adjust. Some people leave. Some people rise to meet the new you. Some spaces close. New spaces open. Trust the rearranging. Do not fear the spaces that open when you stop overgiving. At first, space may feel lonely, but space is not punishment. Space is where your own voice returns. Space is where your nervous system rests. Space is where new blessings gather. Space is where you discover what you truly enjoy, what you truly need, what you truly believe. Space is not empty when you fill it with love. Choose yourself in simple ways. Eat with kindness toward your body. Rest when your body asks for rest. Speak gently to your reflection. Keep your energy away from things that leave you feeling smaller. Give yourself time before answering what pressures you. Let your yes be honest. Let your no be peaceful. Let your inner world become a place where you are treated with care. You do not need to make a big announcement to choose yourself. Sometimes choosing yourself is quiet. It is not opening the old message. It is not explaining again. It is going to sleep without replaying the whole day. It is choosing a thought that helps instead of hurts. It is letting yourself enjoy a peaceful moment without guilt. It is placing your hand on your heart and saying, I matter too. That sentence can change so much. I matter too. Not more than everyone. Not less than everyone. 2. Your needs matter too. Your dreams matter too. Your emotions matter too. Your rest matters too. Your happiness matters too. Your healing matters too. Let this truth become part of your inner language. For too long, you may have lived as if your worth depended on how much you could carry. But your worth was never in the weight you carried. Your worth was never in how much pain you could hide. Your worth was never in how much you could give while receiving little. Your worth was there before all of that. It is still here now. It will remain, even as you put the burden down. Choosing yourself also means forgiving yourself for the times you did not. Forgive yourself for staying too long. Forgive yourself for chasing. Forgive yourself for giving more than you had. Forgive yourself for ignoring your own body. Forgive yourself for needing love so badly that you accepted less than you deserved. You were doing the best you could, with the awareness you had then. Now you have more awareness, and awareness brings choice. Say softly, I forgive myself for abandoning my own needs. I forgive myself for giving my energy away. I choose to return to myself with love. I choose myself without guilt. Let forgiveness make the path gentle. You do not heal by attacking the old version of you. You heal by understanding them. That version was trying to be safe. That version was trying to be loved. That version was trying to survive. Thank them. Bless them. Then gently say, we are choosing differently now. There is a peaceful strength in that. You do not need to hate your past to leave it. You do not need to hate old patterns to outgrow them. You do not need to hate the people who could not love you well. You can simply choose better. You can simply say, this is no longer how I give my energy. This is no longer how I speak to myself. This is no longer how I wait for love. This is no longer how I live. And each time guilt returns, answer it with truth. I am not selfish for resting. I am not selfish for having boundaries. I am not selfish for needing peace. I am not selfish for wanting love that feels safe. I am not selfish for putting energy back into myself. I am healing. I am learning balance. I am becoming whole. When you choose yourself without guilt, better things begin to approach a version of you that can actually receive them. Because if you feel guilty for receiving, you may push blessings away. If you feel guilty for resting, you may keep exhausting yourself. If you feel guilty for being loved, you may accept love that comes with pain. But when guilt softens, receiving becomes natural. Peace becomes natural. Healthy love becomes natural. Better things feel possible because you no longer believe you must suffer first. You are allowed to have good things without paying for them with your peace. You are allowed to be loved without shrinking. You are allowed to succeed without burning out. You are allowed to heal without explaining every step. You are allowed to become a new version of yourself, even if others only know the old one. Choose yourself now gently, not against anyone else, but for your own life, for the peace you have been missing, for the sleep your body needs, for the dreams that have waited, for the heart that still believes in better, for the future that requires your energy to come home. Your new energy creates your new life. Not overnight in a way that forces everything to change at once, but slowly, deeply, naturally, the way morning light enters a room, the way a seed becomes a root before anyone sees a flower, the way healing begins quietly inside the body, before the face looks different. Your energy changes first, and then your life begins to follow. This is why the way you speak to yourself matters. This is why the thoughts you repeat matter. This is why the energy you allow around you matters. Your life is always listening to the message you are living from. As if the message is fear, the world feels unsafe. If the message is unworthiness, love feels difficult to receive. If the message is lack, every delay feels like proof that good is not coming. But when the message becomes love, trust, peace, and self-respect, your world begins to answer differently. You may not be able to control every event, every person, or every outcome, but you can begin to choose the energy you return to. You can choose the meaning you give to this moment. You can choose the words you plant in your mind. You can choose what gets your attention. You can choose whether an old thought becomes your home or only a passing visitor. These choices create an inner atmosphere, and that atmosphere shapes how you move through life. A person living in fear will see danger everywhere. A person living in self-respect will notice what does not match their peace. A person living in trust will find reasons to keep going. A person living in love will treat themselves and others differently. This does not mean life becomes perfect. It means you become more aligned, and alignment changes everything. When your energy changes, your decisions change. When your decisions change, your habits change. When your habits change, your days change. When your days change, your life changes. This is how transformation happens. Not only through one big event, but through the quiet return to better energy again and again. You begin by noticing your inner words. What do you say when you make a mistake? What do you say when something takes longer than expected? What do you say when someone does not choose you? What do you say when you feel tired? The old energy may say, "Something is wrong with me. I am always behind. Nothing works for me. I am not loved." The new energy speaks differently. It says, "I am learning. I am still worthy. Life can still support me. I am allowed to begin again." These new words are not empty. They are instructions. They teach your mind where to go. They teach your body how to feel safe. They teach your heart that it does not need to close. Every loving sentence you repeat becomes part of the new foundation. Every kind word is a seed. Every peaceful belief is a new root. Say softly, "I speak to myself with love. I choose thoughts that help me heal. My new energy is creating a better life." Let these words become real inside you. Your energy is not changed by one perfect day. It is changed by returning to love after fear, returning to trust after doubt, returning to peace after old pain, returning to yourself after the world pulls at you. This returning is the practice. This returning is the healing. This returning is the new life being built. There may still be moments when you feel the old energy. You may feel the urge to chase. You may feel the urge to worry. You may feel the urge to think about what hurt you. You may feel the urge to prove yourself. Do not see this as failure. Old energy fades as new energy is practiced. Be patient with your own becoming. New life is not created by hating the old self. It is created by loving yourself into a new pattern. The old self needs your kindness, not your judgment. The part of you that chased was looking for love. The part of you that worried was looking for safety. The part of you that overgave was looking for belonging. The part of you that stayed too long was afraid of loss. These parts do not need punishment. They need reassurance. They need to hear, we are safe now. We are choosing differently now. We do not need to earn love by losing ourselves. As you speak this way to yourself, your energy becomes softer and stronger at the same time. Softer because you stop attacking yourself. Stronger because you stop abandoning yourself. This is the balance you have been looking for. A soft heart with strong roots, an open spirit with clear boundaries, a loving nature with deep self-respect. Your new energy begins to show up in what you no longer choose. You no longer choose to reply from panic. You no longer choose to sit in the same painful thought all day. You no longer choose to call confusion love. You no longer choose to shrink around people who need you small. You no longer choose to feed fear every morning. These no longer choices are powerful. They are signs that the old life is losing its hold. And then your new energy begins to show up in what you do choose. You choose peace. You choose rest. You choose kind words. You choose honest relationships. You choose patience. You choose your body. You choose your dreams. You choose spaces that feel clean to your spirit. You choose thoughts that open the heart instead of closing it. These choices may look simple, but they are shaping your future. Your future is not only built by what you do outside, it is built by what you repeat inside. If you repeat, I am not enough, life feels like a constant search for proof. If you repeat, I am worthy now, life begins to feel less like a test. If you repeat, nothing good stays, you may push away good things before they can settle. If you repeat, I am safe to receive lasting good, your heart begins to open. The words matter because the inner world listens. This is why your new life begins with a new inner conversation. Speak to yourself as someone you love. Speak to your body as a friend. Speak to your heart as something sacred. Speak to your future as something blessed. Speak to your past with forgiveness. Speak to your present with patience. This is how the energy inside you becomes a place where better things can grow. You are not waiting for life to become kind before you become kind to yourself. You begin now. You become the first kindness. You become the first safe place. You become the first voice that says, I believe in you. And as this inner kindness grows, life begins to mirror it in quiet and beautiful ways. You may meet kinder people. You may make clearer choices. You may feel less drawn to old pain. You may notice support where it you once saw only struggle. Your energy teaches you what to accept. When your energy was low, you may have accepted confusion because it felt familiar. You may have accepted half-love because it felt better than being alone. You may have accepted pressure because rest felt undeserved. But your new energy will not feel at home in old pain. It will gently pull you toward what feels more honest, more peaceful, more whole. This is one of the signs that you are changing. What once felt normal begins to feel heavy. What once pulled you in begins to lose power. What once made you chase now makes you choose yourself. This is not loss. This is freedom. You are no longer the same match for the same energy. You are growing into a new level of life. Say within yourself, I am becoming a match for peace. I am becoming a match for healthy love. I am becoming a match for better opportunities. I am becoming a match for the life that honors my spirit. Let these words settle. You are not begging life to change. You are becoming aligned with change. You are not forcing better things to come. You are becoming ready to receive them. You are not chasing blessings. You are clearing the space where blessings can land. This is a peaceful kind of creation. Your new energy also changes how you handle delays. The old energy may see delay as rejection. The new energy sees delay as space. Space to prepare. Space to heal. Space to become clear. Space for life to arrange what you cannot see. When your energy is calm, you do not turn every waiting season into a story of being forgotten. You remember that some things take time because they are becoming right, not because they are being withheld. You are allowed to trust timing without giving up desire. You can want love and still trust timing. You can want success and still trust timing. You can want healing and still trust timing. Trust does not remove desire. It removes panic from desire. It lets the heart want without suffering every moment it has not yet arrived. This is how better things come with less fear. You stop holding your dreams like proof of your worth. You hold them like seeds in the care of life. You water them with belief. You protect them with peace. You let them grow in the right season. You do your part, but you do not destroy your spirit, trying to force the harvest. Your new energy creates your new life through what you focus on. What you focus on grows in your awareness. If you focus only on who did not choose you, you may miss the ways life is choosing you now. If you focus only on what ended, you may miss what is beginning. If you focus only on what you lost, you may miss what you are gaining in wisdom, strength, and self-respect. Focus is powerful. Use it with love. Begin looking for signs of your healing. Notice when you respond more calmly than before. Notice when you choose not to chase. Notice when you speak kindly to yourself. Notice when you feel peace in a place where you used to feel panic. Notice when you enjoy your own company. Notice when you say no with less guilt. These are not small things. These are signs that your energy is changing. Celebrate the quiet victories. The world may not see them, but your soul does. The moment you choose rest instead of overgiving is a victory. The moment you stop replaying what hurt you is a victory. The moment you call your energy back is a victory. The moment you believe better is possible is a victory. These moments are building your new life from the inside. There will be days when you forget. There will be days when the old thought returns strongly. There will be days when you feel tender, tired, or unsure. On those days, do not decide that nothing has changed. Healing is not erased by one hard day. Growth is not gone because fear visits. The sun is not gone because clouds pass over it. Your new energy is still there, even when it feels hidden. Return gently. Come back to your words. Come back to your heart. Come back to your peace. Come back to the truth that your energy belongs to you. You do not need to start over from the beginning every time you feel human. You simply return from where you are. Say softly, I return to myself with love. I choose my new energy again. I am not behind. I am not failing. I am growing. Let this become the way you live. Not perfectly, but honestly. Your new energy is created through honest return. Again and again, you place your life force where it can grow. Again and again, you stop feeding what drains you. Again and again, you choose better thoughts, better boundaries, better care, better trust. And life begins to change because you are changing the place you live from. Better things will find this new version of you. Not because the old version was unworthy, but because the new version is more open to receive. The old version may have pushed good away out of fear. The new version allows good to stay. The old version may have chased what was not aligned. The new version waits with trust. The old version may have accepted less. The new version recognizes peace as a sign. This is the beauty of putting your energy back into yourself. You become the person who can hold the good that is coming. You become the person who can recognize what is healthy. You become the person who can walk away from what drains you without hating it. You become the person who can welcome love without losing balance. You become the person who can receive blessings without feeling guilty. Your life is responding, even now, even before you see the full change. Every thought of peace is part of it. Every act of self-love is part of it. Every release is part of it. Every boundary is part of it. Every moment you choose yourself is part of it. Trust the quiet building. Trust the unseen growth. Trust the new energy rising inside you. Return to yourself and let life meet you there. You do not need to chase life from a place of fear. You do not need to run after every answer. You do not know and to hold your breath waiting for someone to choose you. You do not need to prove your worth to a world that may not always know how to see it. You only need to come home to your own heart and let life find you standing there. There is a peaceful power in being at home within yourself. When you are at home within yourself, you do not panic when something takes time. You do not collapse when someone does not understand. You do not give all your peace away to one outcome. You still feel, you still care, you still hope, but you are not lost. You remain connected to the quiet truth inside you. I am here. I am worthy. I am held by life. This is where better things can meet you, not in the place where you are chasing, not in the place where you are begging, not in the place where you are trying to become someone else. Better things meet you in the place where you are honest, open, and whole. They meet you where your energy is calm. They meet you where your heart is no longer fighting itself. They meet you where you have stopped turning away from your own needs. You may have spent so much time asking life to bring something better. Better love, better peace, better chances, better healing, better days. But now you understand something deeper. You also become available for better by putting your energy where it belongs. You become available by no longer filling your life with what drains you. You become available by respecting your own spirit. You become available by believing you are worthy before the blessing arrives. This is not about waiting without action. It is about acting from peace instead of panic. It is about making choices that honor the life you say you want. It is about choosing thoughts that support your healing. It is about becoming the kind of home where better things can stay. If you want peace, begin by speaking peacefully to yourself. If you want love, begin by treating your heart with care. If you want respect, begin by respecting your own energy. If you want a new life, begin by no longer feeding the old one. Let life meet you in your self-respect. Let life meet you in your quiet confidence. Let life meet you in your willingness to release what has completed its lesson. Let life meet you in your open hands. Let life meet you in the place where you are no longer saying, I will be enough when they choose me. Instead, you are saying, I am enough now, and what is right for me can recognize that. There is nothing more beautiful than a person who has returned to themselves. Their energy changes, their eyes soften, their words become clearer, their love becomes healthier, their presence becomes peaceful. They no longer move through life as if they are waiting to be approved. They move as if they belong to themselves. And when you belong to yourself, life begins to feel less like something you must fight and more like something you can walk with. Say softly, I return to myself. I let life meet me in peace. I no longer chase what drains me. I welcome what honors me. Let these words become a new home inside you, a home you can return to whenever fear becomes loud, a home you can return to whenever old patterns call, a home you can return to whenever you feel pulled away from your own peace. You are not expected to never forget. You are only invited to return each time you do. Life does not need you to be perfect to bless you. You do not need to have every thought healed before good can come. You do not need to become fearless before new doors open. You do not need to erase the past before the future can be kind. You only need to become willing to stand in a new energy, willing to receive, willing to trust, willing to choose yourself, willing to stop feeding what has been feeding on your peace. There is a part of you that already knows this. It knows that you are tired of old cycles. It knows that you are ready for a softer life. It knows that you are ready for love that does not feel like chasing. It knows that you are ready for peace that does not disappear so easily. It knows that you are ready to stop pouring your energy into places that leave you empty. That part of you is not weak, it is wise. Listen to it. It will guide you quietly. It will say, "This is not for us anymore." It will say, "Rest now." It will say, "Speak kindly." It will say, "Choose peace." It will say, "Do not go back to the same place looking for a different feeling." It will say, "Better is possible." It will say, "Come home." And as you listen, your outer life begins to shift. You may not see everything immediately, but you will feel the change. You will feel less pulled by what used to control you. You will feel more protective of your peace. You will feel more honest about what you need. You will feel more patient with your path. You will feel more open to good. This feeling is the beginning of the new life. Better things do not always arrive with noise. Sometimes they arrive as a calmer mind. Sometimes they arrive as a stronger boundary. Sometimes they arrive as a person leaving so your energy can return. Sometimes they arrive as a new thought that brings hope. Sometimes they arrive as the simple realization that you no longer want what once kept you hurting. These are blessings too. Do not reject the quiet blessings because they do not look big enough. A calm day is a blessing. A peaceful decision is a blessing. A night without the same old worry is a blessing. A moment where you choose yourself is a blessing. A small feeling of hope is a blessing. These quiet blessings often come before the bigger changes. They prepare your heart to receive more. Return to yourself and bless the life that is forming. Bless the endings that made space. Bless the lessons that opened your eyes. Bless the strength that carried you. Bless the tenderness that remained. Bless the future you cannot yet see. Bless the version of you who is learning to stop chasing and start receiving. Bless the energy that is coming home. You are not too late. You are not too damaged. You are not too far behind. You are not too much. You are not forgotten. Life has not lost your address. What belongs to you knows how to reach you when you stop hiding inside what hurts. What is aligned with you can meet you when you stand in your own energy. What is better can come when you no longer keep your hands full of what is finished. Say softly, "What is meant for me can find me in peace. What is good for me can meet me with love. What is aligned with me does not require me to abandon myself. I am ready to receive better." Let those words become the doorway, not a doorway into chasing, but a doorway into trust. You are not calling better things from fear. You are allowing them from peace. You are not begging life to prove your worth. You are standing in your worth and letting life respond. You are not trying to become someone else. You are becoming more truly yourself. And this is the real shift. Better things start finding you when you stop leaving yourself. They find the version of you who has learned to listen inward. They find the version of you who can say no with love. They find the version of you who can release without closing the heart. They find the version of you who can receive without guilt. They find the version of you who knows peace is not too much to ask for. So return. Return in the morning when your mind wants to worry. Return in the night when old thoughts try to visit. Return when someone's silence feels heavy. Return when a memory calls your name. Return when fear says nothing better is coming. Return to the truth. Your energy belongs to you. Your heart deserves care. Your life is still opening. Better things are allowed to find you now. Now let this be the truth you carry with you. Your energy is your life force, and it belongs first inside you. It belongs in your peace, your healing, your dreams, your body, your heart, your future. It was never meant to be scattered across old pain, unanswered questions, draining people, or situations that keep you feeling small. You are allowed to call it back. You are allowed to become full again. You do not need to chase what is meant for you. You do not need to beg life to be kind. You do not need to prove your worth to receive good. You do not need to lose yourself so something can stay. The better things meant for your life will not require you to become empty. They will meet you in a way that brings peace, not constant confusion. So put your energy back into yourself. Put it into the way you speak to your heart. Put it into the way you care for your body. Put it into the way you protect your peace. Put it into your rest, your hope, your dreams, your quiet growth. Put it into the life that is still waiting for your attention. The more your energy returns to you, the more your life begins to open. You are not wrong for caring. You are not weak for loving. You are not foolish for giving. But now you are wiser. Now you know that love must include you too. Peace must include you too. Care must include you too. The life you are building must have room for your own heart. Let the old chasing soften. Let the old guilt loosen. Let the old fear lose its voice. Let your hands open. Let your chest breathe. Let your spirit remember that you are safe to choose yourself. You are safe to receive better. You are safe to stop giving your power away. Say gently within yourself, I put my energy back into myself. I honor my peace. I trust my path. I welcome better things in calm and loving ways. I am worthy of good that does not drain me. I am open to life meeting me with love. Carry these words softly. Let them stay with you as a quiet promise. You are coming home to yourself, and as you come home, better things will start finding you. Not because you chased them, not because you forced them, but because your energy is finally where it was always meant to be.